Girl, you're perfect.
The lies. There you go. This bitch.
Perfection is not real. Perfection is not real. Do you struggle with perfection? I think about it sometimes like, okay, I think it's a part of my procrastination too. Like I want it to be perfect. Some things I want to be perfect. I saw this video recently and it was talking about how you don't want to go above and beyond. And I did a small video about that. So I'll probably post it in the upcoming days when I first saw it. But it was an HR expert on a show and she talked about how we shouldn't go above and beyond at work and how we shouldn't strive for perfection because it actually causes unnecessary stress, against the body. And I think that happens with perfection in general. I think a lot of times when we strive for perfection, we're just adding unnecessary stress to our lives because we're not perfect. Nobody is perfect. But we strive for perfection all the time. We want the perfect body. We want the perfect lifestyle. We want the perfect house. We want everything to look perfect. And all the while we're trying to look perfect, we're inside struggling. Putting up this whole facade. It's perfect here. Everything's perfect.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And it's not. There's so many people out there struggling. And even some days I struggle with a lot of things. Nothing is going to be perfect. Nobody is perfect. And I think a lot of times when we're on social media and we're looking at people's pages and we see people out there spending money on vacations and buying things that we wish we could buy, we don't know what their credit card bill looks like. You might think they're rich, but they're not.
What you talking about?
You might think that they have everything that they want, but inside they're crying deep down. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. So when I talk about looking at that video about going above and beyond for our employers, we really need to be going above and beyond for ourselves. We need to, have that mental fortitude that encourages us to be confident at every step of the way, regardless of perfection, because perfection is not real. Perfection is not real. What's real is you being you on a regular basis, not faking for nobody. That is perfection. When you're being yourself, we don't need anything else. We want the real deal. We want the real you. Something just made me talk about perfection. Like when you think about it, when you try to be perfect, I gotta have the perfect this, perfect that. How stressful is that? That's mentally draining, exhausting. So by the end of the night, all this perfection that you tried to achieve is now weighing on you because now you got to wake up again and do it all over again.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
I got to look perfect. No. No. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. My ice machine has been sounding real crazy lately. I don't know if you heard it. Please, I don't need a new refrigerator. The one I got is perfect for me. I don't want to pay for another fridge. Anyway, perfection. Don't strive for perfection. Don't strive for perfection. I won't just say just strive for just enough either. Like you do want to do a great job at work, right? You do want to do a great job. You do want to progress in your field. You do want to improve on whatever it is that you're doing, but don't strive for perfection. Perfection will stress you out.
You know I ain't lying.
It will stress you out. And then stress will impact your body physically, mentally. It'll affect your relationships. That stress will just carry on all day long because you want to be perfect. And then what happens when you're not perfect in the eyes of others? What happens when you're not perfect in the eyes of others? or don't appear that way? Do you have a breakdown? Do you go hide and become what they call recluse, reclusive, whatever? What happens? Because you're not perfect. And it's okay not to be perfect. It's okay not to be perfect. Not everyone is, nobody's perfect. I don't even know, not everybody's perfect. Not everybody. I really don't like how that sounds. That wasn't perfect. See, my sentence didn't even sound perfect. Everybody is not perfect. We are imperfect human beings. We were born that way. Don't feel like you have to be an overachiever. Don't feel like you have to be perfect in any way for anybody except for yourself. Except for yourself. I just looked at my hands. They're not perfect. They feel ashy. They feel dry and cracked. I need some lotion. But yeah, perfection, just like comparison, is the thief of joy. Perfectionism. You ain't got to do it. Okay, I had to get some lotion for these ashy ash hands.
Larry, Marcy Projects. Marcy, son, what?
Why am I calling them ashy? They weren't white or anything. They just felt dry, the dry hands. But anyway, when you are striving for perfection, it puts such a strain on so many aspects of your life. Don't do it. We think that perfection will lead to success. That's not always the case. That's not always the case. And then when you get there, you end up feeling like, I did all that. I thought I did it perfectly. And then you don't get the results that you want. You end up depressed, feeling like you have low self-esteem. All these negative things start to happen. Then you start doing self-doubt and negative self-talk and all these things. It becomes I want to say like somebody help me. I can't think. Like it becomes I don't know. I can't think of it. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It becomes something like stacked on top of one another. Like you just keep getting all these negative things happening. You don't want that. So don't strive for perfection. Strive for progress, though. I will say that. You want to progress in everything that you do. You want to make changes. You want to make improvements in everything that you do. I would say that. But as far as perfection, don't do that. Don't do that. I looked up before I started talking just this moment after getting my lotion on my hands. And it says, when you strive for perfection mentally, you can increase stress, as I already said, feeling anxious, depressed, low self-esteem, procrastination, and fear of failure. It just confirms what I was thinking. Thank you. As you constantly compare yourself to unrealistic standards, often leading to dissatisfaction, even when achieving significant accomplishments. This sounds like imposter syndrome too. Like all of the things. Like it encompasses all of the things. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that to yourself. Don't try to be perfect, especially in this imperfect world. You're really going to stress yourself out. I just wanted to talk about perfectionism really quickly. It's something that just jumped into my brain. I don't know why. You don't want to be perfect. What's that song? You ain't gotta be perfect. Anyway, you don't have to be perfect. Just be you. Just be you. You are worthy. You deserve every good thing. You are enough. You are all you need. You are enough. Don't compare yourself. Don't compare yourself to nobody else. Don't do it. Because you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You don't know what's going on in their minds. The exterior might look good, might look perfect, but it's not. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video.